Hello everyone, I'm Chester44, I'll send you this lie, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last episode, we went and explored this area of islands up here, which seemed to be like blocking off our passage into this particular region. Kinda interesting. I mean, there's the Helvetia Channel over here, but we can check that later. For now, I think perhaps we should actually make our way to Motari Okozi. We do have a quest here, so why not? Afterwards, we can go and probably turn in all the various quests we've been picking up for a while now. Well, I guess we should check this shipwreck first. Then to Motari Okozi, which we do need you. I think we're fine with the rest. Okay, sift through the wreckage. Royal Deadfire colors. Some supply, hammer and chisel, rice wine, and that's it. And we have Matekau Landing. You disembark on a calm beach. A thick tree line ahead separates you from the deeper jungle. You see evidence that another landing party arrived here before. Booted tracks lead off into the jungle, though it doesn't look as if anyone returned this way. Listen. The beach is conspicuously quiet, and it takes you a moment to realize what's missing. The chirp or warble of birds. Then you spot it. Subtle movement in the tree line. You're not alone. I know you're out there. Let's talk about this. Several Huana warriors decorated with the face paint of the Wahaki calmly emerge from the tree line. A tall warrior separates out from the fold and pauses, giving you a severe look before approaching. That's what should be happening.
You have come to the wrong place, outsider.
The Wahaki warrior clutches his weapon and stares you down. Greetings.
I do not care which island you call home. This one belongs to the Wahaki. You cannot have business on Motari Okozi. Leave before I feed your bones to the jungle.
He makes a dismissive wave back toward your ship. I come for knowledge and take nothing but memories. Maybe rewards if you have any.
This is no library, Outlander. Death herself has touched this jungle.
Something about your words causes his temper to even out.
It seems you intend on letting the island do our work for us.
He lowers his spear and sighs, gesturing for the others to do the same.
I thought my message to the Huana Prince was clear. He needs reminding that to trespass on the jungle ruin is a death sentence.
Why do you assume the prince sent me?
Explorers from Neketaka landed here. You must know by now they did not return. It is no wonder the prince sent a second group to find the first. He cares more about riches and plunder than the lives of his servants.
You were the one who sent the prince a bloodied cloth, weren't you?
Ikira, the island is closed to outsiders. All who set foot here are doomed to perish. The prince sent explorers into the maw of this island. Their drained corpses and bloodied clothes were all they left behind. If Aroihi intends on repeating his mistakes, I am thinking he will not stand for long against the foreigners. To the depths with him, then. A prince of Neketaka should put the wishes of his people over his ambition.
I'm looking for the lost expedition and knowledge of the island Ukaizo. He shares a guarded look with the other warriors. Something private, buried under layers of exchanged looks and understanding, passes between them.
You will find only bones and ruin, blighted with decay, and worse. The deeper jungle is fouled. Nature is wrong here. And your very presence makes her drool with hunger.
Her. Mbeta holds his silence, but his stare is full of warning. What is so dangerous about Motari Okozi?
We do not venture into the deeper jungle, but we know it for what it is. A place where nature has gone mad.
He lets the silence drag on until the point has its deserving emphasis.
It is not for me to explain the tales of our people, but I warn you to keep your distance. Motari Okozi has claimed more lives than you would guess.
Well, let's have it then. How many?
Imagine a number. It is more, I say.
A Google? Is it a Google? Is it more than that? I have a feeling the answer's no.
This island soured in an age when tribes were vulnerable and separated from their kin. It grew teeth where none had sprouted before. Imagine the feast laid out for an opportunistic glutton.
So why do the Wahaki protect this island?
You did not come here to learn our history, and I do not share our secrets with outsider filth.
He sucks a bead of moisture from his upper lip, holding his unblinking attention on you. And have you heard of the Painted Masts? He frowns at you quizzically. The other warriors shake their heads. So can I leave now?
You have done nothing to earn the trust of the Wahaki. I cannot look into the eyes of my chieftain and explain to her why I let you go into the jungle.
His eyes narrow, his grip on his weapon tightening.
Better for us both if I killed you now. We will give your body to the sea with all the rights that a worthy foe deserves. An outsider can expect no greater honor.
Mbeta nods to himself as he comes to terms with the simple inevitability. Try it and there won't be enough of you left for the seagulls to pick over.
I knew that outsiders could get drunk on their own overconfidence. I did not think it could also drive them mad.
He studies you, his spear point wavering in indecision.
The power at the heart of this island is older and stronger than an adventurer's hubris. But I do not mind pitting you against it. We will be watching you, outsider. Though we will not interfere if the jungle attempts to close its jaws around you. Cause no trouble in the ruins of Matare Okozi.
He nods to the other warriors to stand down. Well, we got through that peacefully. Well, relatively peacefully. Okay. And we have a burial site here, so we can investigate this. And then we'll go to Matare Okozi itself. Oh! Find a strange item on the ground. Vines, let's see. An arquebus of unusual make. Blightheart. We'll check that in a bit. Cloak of the Theocrat. And a random sword. Let's see. Cloak of the Theocrat. +1 intellect, +1 resolve. Nice. And Blightheart. A two-handed arquebus. Chanter, Ranger, and Wizards. So it's got inaccurate, blunted criticals, unfit for melee, veil piercing, exceptional, and living wood. 20% chance to cast corrode damage cone AoE from self and hobble the target on attack. Interesting. Hold on. Let me compare these. Oh. So let's see. Reload time slightly more. Inaccurate is the same, blunted criminals is the same, unfit for melee is the same, both are veil piercing. This is exceptional instead of superb. The one we have is slightly lower reload time, armor piercing, and unstoppable shot. And the unstoppable shot is why it's hitting. But you're a ranger. This goes for rangers. I'll give this to you. Bind the soul with Maya. Apply 30 dexterity afflictions. That's the hobble target. That will allow her to do it. Okay, we can give that a go. Also, I'm going to put these on. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, let us go into Matare Okozi. We're here to find out what happened. Also, you leveled up. History to 10, Arcana to 5. And you get one ability. Pretty sure these don't matter. Tough would be nice. Actually, Relentless Storm sounds like it could be useful, so we'll take that. Alright. Into Motario Kotsi. Looks like we'll be walking through water a bit. There's a person up here.
Help! Please! Come, Blanca! Help me!
Thorn-covered vines encircle this Valian woman, constricting around her in a deadly embrace. Her speech gets cut short as one of the vines about her midsection tightens its hold, nearly forcing the breath from her lungs. Gritting her teeth, she braces against the vines and fights to steal back some breathing room.
Patso! Stinking weed!
She regards you with tired, bloodshot eyes.
Nature has turned her hand against this woman. We must not leave her in the state, Captain.
Oh, clearly.
I don't know what you are, stranger, but your kindness goes down smooth.
She manages a wan smile toward Takehu. What happened to you?
Director Castel sent us. We were shadowing a Juana expedition, trying to figure out what they were after.
Her gaze wanders toward the outer limits of the visible ruin.
Corpses, all of them. But we couldn't turn our backs on the mission, so we went deeper into the jungle.
And what did you find?
North of here, there is a golden disc, big, heavy thing. One of my mates took a piece of it. Everything went wrong after that. Something took us while we rested. Oh gods. I woke up, and there was a flower growing out of my Casita's mouth. I started pulling weeds out from between his teeth. Then, I got hit from behind, and woke up here.
How has this place already claimed 2 expeditions?
There is something guiding the creatures here. A woman, I think. She gets under your skin.
Baltia raises a shaking hand to her temple.
I only caught a glimpse of her in passing. Huge. And her daughters are none too fond of outsiders.
You mentioned something about a golden disc.
We didn't learn much. It was already missing a piece by the time we got here. The most I saw were a bunch of Juana's scribblings.
Those scribblings were made by my people millennia ago. I suppose you just wanted it for the plunder?
Not necessarily. It would have made a fetching desk at the company headquarters.
The side of her mouth twitches with a reflexive smile. Not really something you want to say in front of the guy who's one of the few ways that you cannot die.
I wager it was what the other expedition came to find. Not that their luck was any better than ours.
Let's see if we can do something about those vines.
Thank you. Only I don't know how we're going to manage it.
She strains at the tangled mass of vegetation. Takehu, anything you can do to help out?
Akira, a simple matter of denying these vines their beloved water.
Takehu strokes his chin and smirks at the challenge. He squats down and runs his hand along the vines, closing his eyes. A sickly black humor pools at your feet as the vegetation expels the last of the rancid liquid that sustained it. What is left behind relaxes its hold on Baltia and diminishes.
Not my finest work, but it is done.
He winks at Baltia and helps her up.
I think that did it. Agrasima.
She struggles to her feet with a pained groan, massaging aches all over her body.
Our ship landed on the other side of the island, but I am the last of the crew, and I cannot sail her alone. May I join your voyage? I do not care where we make port, as long as it is far from here.
Welcome to the crew. I'll see you on the ship.
Ak Casita. I will see you on board.
Snapping to a sharp salute, Baltia manages a pained but genuine grin.
If I was mad enough to tarry a moment longer, I would walk with a quiet step.
Why is that?
The Pugra who guard this jungle get edgy whenever anyone steps near their trees.
She nods, flashing you a respectful salute.
And all those times I told Kana to eat his vegetables.
She's just a cannoneer, but, I mean, she is something. So, we're going to need to be careful here. And she said to the north. So I think we should explore west first, and we need to be careful. Very careful. Let me drop a save before we... Well, let me look at this here. The Puigra are protective over their trees. There might be a way to use that to my advantage. It seems the Huana were not the only ones seeking the island. She recalled an ornate golden ring taken from the ruins by a member of her crew. We need to find that crew. I think that ring is important. But yes, let me drop a save here first. Alright, there we go. Is that a spirit? That is a spirit. Okay, I can go around and get to the spirit this way. And we might be able to get some important information out of this. This lingering soul drifts in a lazy, hypnotic fashion. It does not seem to know or care that its life has been extinguished. Read the soul. The golden wheel weighed as much as Aethys' thumb, but you weren't leaving without a souvenir. Something to put a smile on Director Castola's face. Then your boots crunched a soft femur in half, and you remembered, wasn't this island supposed to be abandoned? Maybe you didn't beat the Huana expedition in getting here. Suddenly the gold felt like dead weight. You rolled it into a cave for safekeeping. You didn't make it 10 paces toward the beach before something big, all crooked limbs and fetid breath, plucked you off your feet. When she squeezed you like a dish rag over a patch of thirsty vines, you bled out so fast that you forgot to scream. Jody thrusts out her lantern, and the light inside flares as another soul is harvested. Okay, that doesn't matter. But... it's hidden in a cave. Got it. Those look like the ruins, so we're going to keep our distance from them. Animals. I'm wondering if we'll be able to get by sneaking past the various animals in this place. Maybe if we don't harm anything. I don't know. Could be risky.
Nice. Conflict
There's a
in the
Quigra
air.
there.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Conflict
Corrupted
in the
tiger. Oh, crap.
After him.
Looks like we don't have a choice. Well, the fight shall begin. Well,
Hit me again and I'll hit
not
you.
much we can do about the
Let's go.
corruption.
Behold me, mother.
And there they go.
We got trouble, folks. Leave it to me.
The inscription reads, "It is the charge of all living things to safeguard Adra. The gods will know us by our fealty to this covenant." So these are the ruins that they spoke of. The inscription reads, "Ngati gifted her chosen people dominion over the water." Oh.
Vile defiler.
A stench of rot hovers over the Menpuigra. She points a crooked wand-like figure at you and advances.
Madam, this is a swamp at best. What could we be trespassing on?
She hisses at Takehu. "Are you responsible for this blight?"
We do not speak to the fertilizer.
She halts her step to regard you with an affronted snarl.
You are nothing but water to feed our young, soil to birth our seed.
She extends both her arms and shrieks a high-pitched call. Vines uncoil from the ground beneath your feet, intense with hungry anticipation. I didn't come here looking for a fight.
So, you're more than just some fool brawler, like all the rest.
Pulling a ropey length of gore from between her long fingers, she lowers it into her gaping mouth and chews thoughtfully.
Then we will hearken to your chatter, for now.
She narrows her eyes and waits, swaying like a willow and rubbing her dry fingers together like kindling. What are you?
We are the life of this isle, and the guardian of its Adra.
She glances toward the outcropping of ruined mineral sprouting from the ground.
When death spread wide her arms to embrace the dead fire, we twisted ourselves and stood tall against her. When the kith who angered the gods sought refuge, we nursed our young on their remains.
The cataclysm was thousands of years ago. Ikera, you have been alive all of this time?
She merely stares at him, dark sap running down her eyes and nose. I'm only here to find evidence of lost Ukaizo.
The comings and goings of kith halted long before you first drew breath.
She flares her nostrils, taking in your scent.
You are millennia too late. Ukaizo is gone to the likes of you.
Your lands are blighted and your mind as well. Is it possible to heal you?
Ah, you are blind to the harmony of our grove, Outlander. We are perfection. You are the only infestation here.
A black beetle crawls from her leering jaws and into the tangled mass of her hair. You forget yourself. There is a wrongness on this island and it deserves to be set right. She bares her teeth and takes a combative step closer. Her foot sinks into the mud and she pries it up with a wet, sucking sound. She blinks down at the rotted earth.
We look out on our garden and see green, bounty, life. The oldest cycle made healthy after the blight of Ukaizo's fall. Is this not so?
She squints, taking in her surroundings without knowing where to settle her gaze. Perhaps once, not any longer. She snarls, drawing her hand across her mouth and wiping a line of sap away.
This brackish water. I have rooted here for centuries, and I recognize nothing.
Her spindly arms fall to her side with a sound of splintering wood.
The grove does not die. No, it lives in death.
My friend Takehu knows a thing or two about nature's, oddities. I think he could aid you.
Ikera, I will try to take that as a compliment.
She closes her talons in a beckoning gesture, narrowing her eyes as you approach. This corrupted tree bows crookedly under its own weight. Every limb drips with thick, putrid sap. Its vines have entangled the tip of an Adra pillar and seem to be infesting it with the same rot that permeates the surrounding jungle. Investigate the corruption closer. You shift aside leaves and vines, poking your fingers into an ooze-filled knothole. The sap running down the bark is both hot and uncommonly sticky. Down in its core, the tree is still green and alive. It won't be long before the whole organism becomes a ravening parasite, but it seems aware enough to slow that inevitable decline. Inspect the Pillar of Adra. Its surface is pitted and slick with sap. Though the pillar still connects to the wheel, the tree has adapted to feed its roots by draining raw essence. Giving the tree enough essence to sustain itself would put an end to the parasitic connection. Consider an alternative. Have a druid whisper to the tree, convince it to give up the corruption in its heart. Takehu approaches the tree with an anxious glance in your direction. The vines encircling the trunk tighten in response. As Takehu lays a hand on the bark, the taller branches sway in a hypnotic pattern. Takehu concentrates with a furrowed brow. While Takehu is distracted, you feel a presence awaken and assert itself in your mind. What corrupted life endures inside the tree is more interested in you by far. The core of the tree offers you desperate images of health, long life, and food, all dark promises. Temptation and want are the only motives the tree seems to understand anymore. Reject the false promises. A vine lashes out, making a desperate attempt to ensnare you. It makes only a brief glancing contact, but the tree's presence in your thought grows weightier. No sooner is the contact made than the vine withdraws, a mixture of hesitation and fear sending it retreating back to the tree with shuddering, snake-like motions. Something inside of you has frightened the ancient rot, or else given it pause. Hey, Yoshi. You hear a sound like a rock splitting in half. Dark sap oozes from the cracks between the bark, sizzling when it touches the ground. A creaking of wood follows, as vibrant color slowly eases up the roots of the healthy tree. The Menpuigra turns to you and blinks with surprise, her vision sharper and more focused than before.
Looking better already, I say.
She studies his motions, swallowing uncertainly.
That thing I was, she is no more. But I carry enough of her to know the meaning of gratitude. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I collected a small hoard of trinkets from visitors. We have no need of these trophies.
She gestures to the hollow of her tree, squinting at the bark as she struggles to recognize her surroundings. What will you do now?
This grove rotted a blink of an eye ago, by Aora's reckoning. I will grow and replenish what we lost.
She sighs, surveying the jungle and taking in the enormity of her task.
Taming it will be a chore, but there is time.
Farewell, then.
My daughters may yet roam this jungle, with my poison coursing through their roots.
She looks out to the tree line with sorrow.
I cannot stop them from bringing you harm, and I will not punish you for bringing them rest.
Her sigh sends a rustle through the surrounding leaves. Well then. At least she admits that she can't stop some of them from trying to kill us, but won't hurt us for harming them. So it was a good thing that we took the way we did. There's the golden outer ring. This golden ring bears Hwana runic engravings. The delicacy of the inscriptions and clean accuracy of the shaping are markers of a master craftsman. Grooves along the underside would suggest this piece connects to a larger mechanism. And we have Narian's Ward, a medium shield. Incoming weapon damage reduced as health is lost. Okay. With an option for Father's Bastion, applies minor health over time when the wielder falls near death. Or 15% of incoming grazes converted to misses from weapons, hits converted to grazes, crits converted to hits. That's actually pretty good, honestly. It's a nice shield. Don't you use medium? You do. Well, you're gonna take this ward, and honestly, I'm gonna give you Father's Masterwork. I think it's a good shield. It's a good thing to have. Okay. And I can loot this here. She said that she can't really do much about the Quigra.
This thing isn't doing the job.
And she will not be angry at us if we end up killing any of them. I'm free to search a treasure cache for anything that might prove useful. It says something, but okay. Again, I am sorry about this.
Sure.
If I could have avoided it, I would have. And I did, as much as I could. But it seems we'll need to deal with them now, and she will not be angry if we do, because they're rotted. Ooh, wooden spider figurine. Do you have anything else to say? The Green Lady regards you with a serene expression. Alright, well, we should probably clear out things over there. Yes, Quigra trees. That's what she speaks of. Alright, well, tell you what. I am going to go ahead and end this episode here, not stream the episode. Next episode, we'll finish looking through Motari Okotsi, clear out what we can that's left, and see if this ring will help out at all. That'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Cheswick44, also known as Falai. That is Laniara, Adair, Joti, Maya, and Takehu. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, and I shall see you all next time.